Good morning, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gabi if you didn't know, and now you know, and it is 2026. So it is time to do a full new year reset, rebrand, new me. I love the motivation I get in the new year. It genuinely just feels like such a fresh start. So I'm okay with putting some things off that I'm like, I'm gonna get to it next year. And I feel like little by little the last few years, I've been so much better of actually sticking to that throughout the years. So I have a really good feeling about everything that I want to accomplish this year. And I am the type of person that I need the motivation at the beginning at least to start something, and then once I know I can do it and I get in the groove a little bit, it's a lot easier to be disciplined and stick to a new routine or something I'm trying to implement in my schedule instead of just like forcing myself to do it when I don't have that sense of motivation. So it is the first full week of the new year. We started on Monday, and the first thing that I want to do every morning, Monday to Friday, is wake up earlier than we've been waking up and immediately turn off the alarm, get out of bed, get ready, don't scroll on my phone at all, put on a workout set and get some sort of movement in. Even if it's just a walk, if it's a full-blown workout, if it's we're going to play pickleball, or if I have a busy schedule, I'm literally putting on my arm weights and I'm doing my 5-minute bridle arm series just so it's some sort of movement. I can make 5 minutes. So yesterday we actually went to our neighborhood gym, and we decided once a week we're going to walk to the gym because it's about a 1.5 mile walk each way, and it was so nice. The weather was perfect yesterday, so we did about a 20-minute walk to the gym. I did a 40-minute workout, then we had a 20-minute walk back home, and we both felt so good all day, like energized completely until the end of the day. He worked a full work day at the gym, and he was like, honestly, I was in a really good mood. I had a lot of energy. So Justin right now is currently playing basketball in our neighborhood. That was something that he really wanted to do. Is just he is such an activity guy. He's like, I just want to some days just go by myself and go play some sports. And I was like, you do that. The workout that I'm doing right now is I'm doing Pilates by Izzy 25-day challenge. I actually found this very early on last year and started it. Then it started to like pick up some speed. I saw a lot more people get onto it. And I feel like a lot of people agree that she is the best workout, free workout to follow that I've found, at least Pilates wise. And she did a full new 25-day challenge going into the new year. So we did day 1, we were on day 2. Luckily, day 1 was 40 minutes and day 2 was only like 25. So today's gonna be a breeze. I do need to get some more equipment for her videos though. I know she uses arm weights, some ankle weights. I have those. She does use a Pilates ball and I don't have that. I need to get one of those, and I need to get a yoga block, I think, and resistance bands. I have heard that Five Below has everything, so we are running some errands today. Maybe I'll run into Five Below and see what they have. If not, we can always make an Amazon order. But 15-minute core workout. The first comment did say, I thought this was going to be easier than the 40-minute workout yesterday, and I was mistaken. So just because it's short doesn't mean it's not a good workout. Here we go. They weren't kidding when they said that was potentially harder than yesterday's 40-minute workout. I'm going to be so sore tomorrow. I feel good. It went by so fast, let me tell you. It was hard. But she said, and that's all for today. And I was like, that's all for today? Thought we were halfway there. So that was a nice little quick workout. But because it was only core and short, and Justin will probably be playing basketball for another half hour at least, I am going to also do the bridle arms workout today, because I didn't do any arms in today's workout, and I do feel like it's a little bit more exciting and easier to be motivated in a workout knowing I have a wedding coming up. So we got to take full advantage of that, and I want to look as hot as I possibly can on my wedding day. We have time. We don't plan on getting married in 2026, but this will be the year to really like prepare for it. So let's get to it. I'm going to pull up, it's Gabi George on TikTok. She just has a playlist of all the arm workouts, and like I said, they're like 5 to 7 minutes. So even on a day where I'm like, I don't have time to work out, yes you do.
Breath, using that core, find it, squeeze that belly button in towards your spine. Last one, inhale, and exhale, hold these arms out to the side and just close it out. You go open and close. Right about now, we're going to be starting to feel our heart rate come up.
That was hard. For 5 minutes, that was so hard. But knowing a workout is only 5 minutes, I can push through anything. You can do anything for 5 minutes. So she only had 3-pound arm weights. I had 5. That's the only one I have in my house. So we pushed through. But if I don't look like at my wedding, something's not right because, wow. I will say something that has made it so easy to also just like feel motivated and just have it accessible to get a workout in is we have this whole like front room that really isn't much of anything. Like it's kind of technically like a second living room, but we have no TV or anything in here. So it's just like an extra hangout seating area, but there is so much space. So I kind of turned it into like my at-home gym. Everything just sits under the couch so you can't even see it. But then I have all of this room. It's basically like my own little studio. And I love it. Because then it's like, okay, if I really do only have a few minutes, like I don't have to go anywhere to get a workout in. It feels so nice to have somewhere to do it at home. That has made a huge difference. So workout complete. It is still only like 9 a.m., which I love being done and like just having a full day ahead of me. Next on the list is getting ready for the day. And this is another one of my goals this year is I just want to put together cuter outfits every single day. Regardless of what I'm doing, I don't need to lounge around the house in sweats every day. Or at least elevate the outfit. I have so many clothes. Too many clothes. Next video will be my New Year closet clean out. I need to do it so bad. And I started doing this at the end of last year, but I feel like I don't know how to dress anymore. I don't know what my style is. So in order to like slowly figure that out, I need to just start putting outfits together every day. So we're going to run some errands today, and then we're just kind of hanging out at home the rest of the day. So obviously it does need to be comfy. I'm not going to be uncomfortable and wear like skinny jeans all day. It needs to be comfy, but I have enough clothes where I can put like a comfy, cute outfit together and still feel like it's something I would pin on my Pinterest. So we're going to pick out an outfit, and then obviously we'll like shower, get ready for the day. So let's see what we can put together today. This is where we ended up. Now, is this a nice outfit? No, we definitely have some room for improvement, but it is a step up than what I would normally just throw on right now. So, you know, it's the first week of the year. We can't be perfect right now. We have to leave some room to grow. And outfits is definitely where I have some room to grow. Justin just got back. He's showering and getting ready right now. So next up is some me time, because although I don't want to scroll in the morning, that doesn't mean I'm just not going to scroll ever. I'm definitely going to be doing it a lot less, but it does just, you know, give me a boost of serotonin. So we're going to make some coffee, give like a 10 to 15 minute just sit on the couch and rot time before we really get our day started. We're normally really good about making at-home coffee, but I will say ever since moving here, there's so many good coffee shops around that we've gotten out of our routine a little bit. Not crazy, but like a day like today where I know we're running errands, we probably would have also just planned to get coffee out, but we have it to make it at home. So we're definitely gonna be better about that this year. But I just did the coffee butter creamer that we already have and just milk. I do feel like I'm out of my rut of like a really good at-home coffee, so I want to play around with different either homemade syrups or just other syrups and try to find like our staple coffee. But for now, we got this one. It's still so good. I don't know why I always need a coffee out. This is so good. Next up is going grocery shopping. We sat down and made a list of all the meals that we want for this week. That's something that we're normally pretty good about, but I will say with moving to a new area and just our routine being a little farther from the gym, it has been pretty hard on Tuesdays and Thursday nights if we don't like fully plan ahead to cook a full-blown meal, because we don't get home until like 10:40, then to cook a full meal, and then by the time we're eating dinner it's like 11:30. So we want to be better about planning like easy meals or even like meal prep for those nights, so it can just be way faster and it's already planned out and we're not just like either eating super late or resorting to just grabbing fast food because we don't want to eat that late. So we made a little weekly menu for this week. We use HelloFresh, which obviously helps a ton, but that still is sometimes like cooking a full-blown meal. So we're gonna run to Publix. The meals for this week are Taco Tuesday and quesadillas on Thursday. So that way we can kind of cook all the meat and everything, the toppings before, and just like make the actual taco and quesadilla at night, which will take no time at all. So we made a grocery list, have our menu. Now we're gonna go to Publix and make sure we have everything for the week. We also have a big calendar, Justin's request, coming today. That is gonna go on our fridge. Hopefully stay super organized, but we wanna make like certain days our grocery shopping days, our cleaning days, like just kind of have it all written out so it's not something that we're missing, or we just like get into a better routine of everything that we want to do. Do you want to chime in since that was your idea?
I just think that it's going to help us like just keep us more organized, and like we'll visually see it so often it being on the fridge, that it'll just be a constant reminder of like what needs to get done, when it needs to get done, versus just like saying, oh, like we're gonna do this, or you know, like plan for it, and then other things come up, and then it's just like it goes like out of sight, out of mind almost, and it's just like, well, it never got done, and then it's just like, okay, but then I think things pile up when that kind of happens, and then
it takes longer,
and then it just takes longer to get done, or you know, and I'm just like, I'd rather just do things like less but more consistent, that way things get done, but like not all at once.
So I feel like on that calendar, once a week, whether it's Sunday or Monday, we'll plan out our meals for the whole week.
Yeah, like groceries.
Yeah, like the cleaning days, all of that. Just so it's like all way more organized. So we're not like going grocery shopping 3 times a week because we didn't plan our meals and then we need to pick something up. Or because of that, we're not going grocery shopping at all and then we're eating out. So Monday to Friday, we're going to eat at home every single meal. Do we want to pick up some stuff for breakfast too? I think I'm going to get yogurt and fruit, and I didn't write that down. So we're going to pick that up too. So we're going to go to Publix. We're not doing anything too crazy. We just cleaned out our fridge and freezer, and we have quite a few things still. So we just need like little things or like produce that we're going to need weekly. Berries go bad so fast, so we're just going to get these two for now. I'm going to need to get yogurt and granola with that too. And then we're getting all the produce for Pico, and that's pretty much it. Quick and easy, didn't get too much, but everything that we need for this week. Pausing the video to talk about today's sponsor, which is Factor, which could not have come at a more perfect time because cooking a full-blown meal right now is the last thing that I have time for. Factor gives you the flexibility to stay on your healthy routine and still getting a well-balanced, fully nutritious meal, but in literally no time. And they just expanded their menu, so there really is a meal out there for everyone, whether you're looking for more protein-heavy meals, more seafood, or you just want more of a variety. They actually have 3 times more of meals on their weekly menu. And I'm gonna be completely transparent. I was a little skeptical at first because I was like, a fully microwavable meal, like, is that actually going to be good, especially when it comes to the meats? I am very picky when heating up my meats, and let me tell you, this is like literally restaurant quality in 2 minutes. So the meals that we have today are either the shredded chicken taco bowl, which I already got last time and it is so good I had to get it again, or, and this is what I mean by restaurant quality, grilled filet mignon and creamy Parmesan shrimp with roasted broccoli and squash medley. That in a microwavable meal is insane. I do think I'm going shredded chicken bowl though. I want to leave the steak and shrimp for a dinner meal. I took the sauce cup out so we can just put that over on the end. This is going in for 2.5 minutes and then it's done. So no matter what phase of life you're in, I feel like Factor would only make your life easier. And of course I have a discount code for you guys. So you can go to factor75.com or click the link down below and use the code GabiFullerFB50 to get 50% off plus free breakfast for 1 year. So again, that's factor75.com, GabiFullerFB50. And just like that, 2.5 minutes later, our lunch is ready. Cheers. We are a big Factor-loving household here. Truly, with our schedule, it's life-saving. So make sure to check them out, and let's go back to the video. It is now the next day, but we can officially keep going with this video because I got my final packages that I needed of everything that we wanted to kind of like be on this reset, starting with a journal of some sort. I've been wanting to do this the last few years, and I think it was last year I got the gratitude journal, and I was like, this will be easy. It'll take just a few minutes every morning. I can just sit down and really like be in my thoughts and what am I grateful for? And then after day 3, when the prompt was the same every single day, and it was like, write 5 things you're grateful for. I'm like, there was a million things I'm grateful for. I can keep going. But at this point, I'm just reaching because when it's the same prompt every single day, like, I'm thankful for my iced coffee in the morning. Like, I'm just writing the most random things. So I really wanted to find a journal that had a different prompt every day. So it was something that was actually like really having to use my brain in a different way. So I got the Better Everyday Journal. I actually saw this on TikTok Shop is where I got it from. But we want to do it together. So we're going to break every page down into like a Gabi category, a Justin category, and then both of us together give an answer. So we got it. This journal belongs to Gabi and Justin, 2026. And the year is broken down into different categories. So January, February, March is all self-awareness. Then it goes understanding your past, love, relationships, self-care, happiness, habits, passion, personal growth, and goals, which I love because I feel like that'll set you up towards the end of this year, like going into the next year. So we do need to backtrack and start on January 1st so I can just kind of have everything written out. But today we started with January 7th, and it was, if a genie could grant you 3 wishes, what would they be? And we each did our own. I'm not going to read all of our wishes because this is obviously like more personal stuff and I don't want to just share it. But I will say 2 wishes on here are 2 new business opportunities that we are very excited about. One business we want to start together, and one business that will probably be more me, but Justin's also very passionate about it and wants to be involved too, but it's a little bit more on my crafty side, that maybe we'll have 2 new businesses this year, and I think that'll be really, really fun. We're gonna journal this year. We're gonna do one every single day, and I love that this is something that we're gonna do together, which I think will be really nice to also just have that at the beginning of every day, just to like sit down and talk about goals or whatever the page may be, just something that we're kind of discussing together. I feel like it'll be really good for us too. So we got that, and then we also got our calendar for the fridge that Justin was talking about, and it actually fits perfect. And I thought I was gonna go crazy with all the different colored markers, but I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. So we only put down so far like our dinners for this week. We're gonna probably start, Justin's going out of town this weekend, so we'll probably start next week to really plan out the rest of the month. I like seeing my competitions. I need to put on my weekend practice. Obviously I know my practice schedule during the week, but I kind of want to visualize my weekend practice because that'll help us also figure out our weekend plans. But I will have everything that I'm showing linked down below. I'm sure you can probably get the journal on Amazon too, but this was all Amazon, and it comes with like really fun markers. So we're gonna have fun with this, but calendar is up so we can be way more organized this year. We moved over to the couch. We're gonna get comfy. I'm probably gonna pop something on the TV, iPad in hand, and we are opening up Pinterest, and we're gonna make our 2026 vision board. I started doing this, honestly, I just looked through my Pinterest and I started doing it almost 5-6 years ago on Pinterest, and that's how I like it. I am not gonna sit here with magazines or printouts and an actual poster board that I'll probably never look at again. I've been loving Pinterest and scrolling on it like crazy, and Pinterest is kind of like TikTok, where the more you save pins, the more it like curates a For You page for you. So I love the idea of pinning all of my inspiration, my goals, everything 2026 related. And then that way, the more I'm scrolling on Pinterest, the more those pins come out, the more I'm seeing them every day. And I feel like it just sets my Pinterest up in the right mode. So I made a 2026 vision board, Pinterest board already. I started pinning some. As I'm scrolling, I'll give you guys a look into my brain and kind of like what I'm looking for when it comes to my vision board, like what my main goals are this year. Now I will say the first thing when it comes to a vision board, I never put a number onto anything. All my goals are very like open-ended. So whether it's like follower count, how much money I want to make this year, even like fitness related, this is a whole conversation for another video, but I don't know how much I weigh. I never weigh myself. I have not weighed myself pretty much my entire life, at least like the last 10 years, my whole adult life. I have no idea how much I weigh. That is never a goal of mine. I go more so of how I feel, how I look, how I feel, and just what I'm doing with it. So obviously there's a lot of fitness stuff in here. I want to look hot. I want to feel hot. I want to move my body way more. I want to find a fitness routine I love. So far we're doing good. I'm loving the routine we're on. This year it has been way easier having like me and Justin on the same schedule and like on the same goals, the same page. Either we're working out together or I'm working out at home and he's working out somewhere else. But it's still so nice to like both set our alarms for the same time. I know this is obviously a privilege because we have our mornings together at home, but being able to set the same alarm, literally the alarm goes off, we look at each other and we're like, let's do it. We're getting out of bed. It's so nice to have someone obviously to like kind of push you and hold you accountable, because if it was just me, it's a lot easier to snooze an alarm and be like, we'll do this tomorrow or we'll do this later. But that has been so nice. But with fitness, I want to find just a routine I love and workouts I love, whether it's only working out at home or in our gym or going to fitness classes, Pilates classes, whatever it is. Again, it's very open-ended. I just want to move my body more and love moving my body. So I have a lot of fitness ones pinned here. I have a lot of just like different quotes and words, and I want to work a ton this year. I feel like this is going to be one of the last years where I have complete freedom in my life. Like, we don't plan on having our wedding this year. We plan on having that next year. So that's going to take a huge portion of my year next year, just doing all the like finalizing planning. And obviously we'll start doing that this year, but not having such a big monumental thing. I feel like I have more freedom this year. After the wedding, obviously we'll have kids, entering mom life, then my life is going to look completely different. So while I have this much time and freedom, I want to grind like crazy this year. I really just want to work really hard, save a bunch of money, just really like move to the next level in my career. We have, like I said, 2 different business ideas, and that's something that I really want to focus on this year and take off, and not just like have the idea and not bring it to fruition. So there's a lot in here about just like entering my rich girl era. I worked for it. I manifested it. I'm productive, stop scrolling, start creating, little stuff like that. So there's a lot of that when it comes to work. I also really just want to make content I'm proud of. I feel like I'm finding my footing here and there with like certain platforms. YouTube, I love my YouTube. I feel like I'm most consistent here. I have my groove here. I still feel like there's definitely room for improvement and just like consistency. Whether I want to post more than one video a week or trying to balance like all the platforms. Little by little, I feel like I'm finding my footing on TikTok, and I feel like I've lost my footing on Instagram. I need to get back into more of the like photo dump era of Instagram. I feel like I thrived when it was let's have a full-blown photo shoot and make it look aesthetic as possible. But I want to be more like realistic photo dump, just take pictures of everything I'm doing throughout the day and like turn that into posts. So we're finding our footing on Instagram. That's something that I really want to do this year, is just be proud of the content I'm creating on all platforms, because I genuinely love doing it so much. Obviously, we have some wedding stuff in here, just like wedding checklist of what I need to do 12 months before, 9 months before. I did reach out to our first venue. That is honestly like the only venue that we've looked at so far, but we really love it. So I need to continue that conversation with them and just see what that looks like, possibly completely book a date soon. I have a nose job, which that is another thing. I actually have a date booked for that, but I want to switch the date. I have a date in February booked, but I was on the phone with them about something else, and I did not expect to have to book the date, so I did not have my calendar really planned out or ready at all, so I just went of a date that somewhat sounded good, but I want to push it back to March. I have way more freedom, less competitions. I definitely want to do it in March, so I need to reach back out to them and schedule that, but that is definitely something that we're doing this year. That way I can have a full year to heal before our wedding. I also really want to get into more self-care. Obviously, I have a lot of privilege being an influencer. I have this card called OTH, which means on the house, that I literally have a ridiculous amount of brands on that I can pay with this card that is not my money, and it is free, and I just have to post an exchange, and I don't use it at all. And there are so many like facials, massages, like just so many brands on there when it comes to self-care and wellness that I never use, that I might as well. It's right there. It's a privilege. Like, I really want to focus on self-care and just kind of try to do as many as that as I can. I also want to focus on my teeth this year. I don't have great teeth. They were terrible growing up, like so crooked, just grew in crazy. So I had a retainer, I had braces, and then I got my braces off after 2 years when I still had a baby tooth in my mouth. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why we let them do that. But then once I lost that tooth, the adult tooth grew back in, but my braces were already off. So it wasn't like a full straight smile on my bottom teeth. So my bottom teeth have definitely shifted. So whether that means trying out Invisalign this year, or I have my retainer still, I don't know if it fits my teeth. But if I can just like clean it and force myself to wear it, I feel like just that alone will straighten out my bottom teeth. I just have to wear it every single night again. So teeth and just like making those straight and having like a nice smile again is definitely on my list. Travel. We actually don't have any travel plans this year, but it's something that we always look forward to. We love doing. We talked about maybe doing Hawaii again. I don't know if we probably won't do a European summer. Never say never, because we said that last year and we ended up in Europe again for 2 weeks. But we'll see. I definitely want to do some sort of trip. It just gets us so excited, and we love traveling. So I'm sure we'll do some sort of traveling. So that's in here as well. My crafts girl era is cranking up to 700. Okay, I want to get an embroidery machine, and I want to embroider everything I own. I want to get a sewing machine. I want to start sewing things. I think I'm just meant to be a craft girl. I am my grandma. I was going to say reincarnated, but she's literally still alive. But like, my grandma thrived on making crafts, and I think it skipped a few generations and hit me hard, because you guys know with crocheting, I love having a grandma hobby, and I think a sewing machine is in my near future. So we have that on here as well. I want to go to the beach more. I want to be outside more, whether it's pool, even in my backyard, just getting more sun, going to the beach, watching more sunsets. I need to touch grass this year a lot more than I have. I just want to be outside a lot, on the boat, on the jet ski. Those are probably the main things, but we're going to sit here. I'm going to put something on, like I said, and we're just going to scroll, get inspired a little bit, and save some more pins. now time to cook dinner, and I really don't have any big goals for like my nighttime routine going into 2026, mainly because one, I feel like our nights are so late, so they're very short. Like it is 9:45 right now, and I'm just about to, oh, I lied. It is 9:55. I'm just about to cook dinner because Justin doesn't even get out of work until 10 p.m. And then he gets home at like 10:40. He'll shower. By the time we eat, it's like 10:45. So my nighttime routine is literally like, let's have some quality time and watch TV for like an hour, and it's time to get ready for bed. And I actually have been better at skincare. And by skincare, I use the Medicube like pore pads every single night, and I've actually kept up with it, and I've noticed a big difference in my skin. So we've somewhat incorporated some self-care in there. But I figured since one of my big goals is just to cook Monday through Friday, every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I figured I would just document it. And like I said, HelloFresh literally saves us. Between HelloFresh, Factor, anything that like has it all written out for us, that's the way to go. Hence why we needed a calendar to literally write down every other meal, because if it's not laid out right in front of me, it's 10 times harder. Dinner is done. It is 10:44, which means tonight's going to be another late night, which is going to make waking up early 10 times harder tomorrow. But we are switching up our workout, and instead of doing like an actual workout, we're going to go play pickleball, get some cardio in, so that'll be really fun, and that's something to at least look forward to. But we'll finish off this video with my nighttime routine. And it is finally time to unwind. I actually came to bed before Justin because I am so tired today. But my little nighttime routine is very, very short, but it consists of these Medicube pore pads that I absolutely love. This is actually my second time rebuying them, and I don't ever really do that with products. I feel like, especially just because I get sent so many PR, like if I'm done with one, I try something else out, but genuinely don't really want to try anything else out because one, this is a one-step process, and two, it generally has made such a big difference in my skin. I feel like I just always had like subtle texture and like little bumps, and this definitely helps. So we are taking care of our skin all of 2026. We're also taking care of our teeth, like I said. So my nighttime routine should consist of putting my retainer in. However, I have not worn it for probably a year, so I know it's gonna hurt. So I need to plan to wear my retainer for the first night on a day that I can wake up the next morning and like not really do much of anything, because I know I'm gonna get a terrible night of sleep because it's going to hurt so bad. So we are saving that, unfortunately, for another day. I've been very good about not putting anything else off. That is something that we are putting off. So all I'm gonna do now is brush my teeth. I really want to start maybe putting on pajamas. I just like sleep in whatever I'm in. Like I'll just take this off and sleep in the sports bra I'm in and sleep in whatever shorts I'm in. But I do feel like girls that have their life together wear actual pajamas to bed. So maybe that is also something we'll start. We are off to such a strong start to this year. I always get this sense of motivation at the beginning of a new year, but I will say like something is actually different about this year. Like it feels so much better, and I think it's also the fact that me and Justin are on the same page about everything that makes it 10 times easier, because I can't just make excuses in my head and like give up on myself knowing someone else is doing the exact same thing. So it's definitely a lot easier to motivate each other to actually do it and to stick with it. And it's also a lot easier to feel motivated about everything when you have a wedding coming up. I feel like it makes everything a bigger deal. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped motivate you a little bit. Comment down below what some of your New Year's resolutions are. I love the niche resolutions that aren't just like obviously like going to the gym, working out, like giving strangers compliments when they're in my head. I need to be better at that. I think I made that one of my resolutions last year, and I don't think I got any better about it because my social anxiety could never. But that is something I want to work on. So comment those down below. I love you guys so much. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. Thanks for sticking with me another year. And I will see you in the next video. At what point or what year do I stop doing this in my outro?